Thank you so much for tuning in. This is attorney Matt Wayman here today to chat with you about how to get your property released to a loved one if you're unfortunately taken into custody. This is going to be a specific video for the city and county of St. Louis. Say you're unfortunately arrested and taken into custody and they take you down to the city justice center or the county justice center. A lot of times we get this question as to how do I get my property then released to a loved one? The easiest way in the county to get your property released to either an attorney or a loved one would be to actually sign the place on your intake form as to who you want your property to be released to. That's going to be the fastest way. There's a spot on your intake paperwork where you can actually authorize a person to allow them to come pick up your property. And then after you sign that, they can just come up to the window and show their ID to the bonding person, and then your property can actually be released to that person. If you want money on your books released to either a person or an attorney, you're actually going to have to call your caseworker. Everybody over there in Clayton has a caseworker. You get your specific caseworker. You ask them for the property release paperwork. You will then sign that paperwork, give it back to them. They will process that paperwork through the bonding window. And once all that paperwork has gone through, it will allow you to release money on your books or anything in your property to a person of your choice. Easiest way to do it would be to initially fill that out on your intake paperwork. If you've been there for a while and want to release money or something like that, then you're going to have to get the paperwork from your actual caseworker. If you're downtown in the city justice center, it's similar. You fill it out on your intake paperwork or get the actual paperwork from the staff that will allow you to have that property be released to one of your loved ones. It generally takes a little bit longer in the city to actually get that paperwork to go through, but it's a similar process. You have to sign the release forms that authorizes that property to be released to the person of your choosing, and after all of that paperwork goes through, then that person can go down to the bonding window, show their ID, and that property will be released to them. I hope this video has been illuminating to help people navigate this pretty complex process when you first get involved with it. If you got any more questions about how to have property released to you or to your attorney or to a loved one, just comment down below. I want to thank you guys all so much for listening. We're going to be back soon with more videos. Thanks.